All right, so good to have you back. And indeed, it's still a weekend of politics. Now, on the 29th of May, Prince Basi Edetutu, the governor of Cross River State, celebrated his 1 year in office. And I have joining me here the chairman of the Central Planning Committee, who also doubles as the Honorable Commissioner for Information. I have with me Mr. Erasmus Ekman. Good afternoon, Commissioner. Good to have you join us.
Yeah, good afternoon. Thank you so much.
Now, Commissioner, I'd like you to walk us through all the activities we had from 28th, 29th, and the 30th of the month of May. As a chairman, let's get to know all those programs that we have.
Well, it's been very, very hectic. First of all, let me just start by thanking God for, at least for us today. After today, we'll do small relaxation. Relax my committee members and the state itself. So we started even before 28. We started with some media pilots, some interviews with national dailies, national TVs, trying to promote what the state has done so far, showcase what we are doing. It took journalists and some stakeholders as Honorable Cletus Ogun, Chief Murphy, because these are great cross-riverians that we are so proud of out there that would actually say what they see. So they felt they should see these projects, what we have done so far, the infrastructure, seeing how the whole state is turning around and all that. We did that for 1 or 2 days before the 28th, and that was fun. And then on the 28th, we thought it wise to start with a town hall meeting, at CICC, where some very busy MPs, I'll put it busy because everybody has been very, very busy. Has been busy, but they are very, very busy MPs, So we took out a few of them, about 10 of them, to actually, run us through what they have done so far, the achievements for the state, where we are going to. For us as a state, we are thought it wise to be very, very transparent, actually buy reputation from the people, and at the same time buy trust, get trust back, that Cross River State is actually returning to its past glory. So these commissioners and some chairmen of boards were able to, actually tell us how far they've gone. And that was in CICC for a couple of hours till almost, it took us through till 9 p.m. in the night of the 8th. And then 29th, we started with commissioning of projects. There were some very few projects like the oxygen plant that the General Hospital was done earlier by the Excellency Deputy Governor. There's some commissioning in the board. For 29, we actually set it out for commissioning of projects, where His Excellency was able to commission the MCC Parliamentary Extension Phase 1, and then we did the same at the Yangasang drug store and all that, and then we had another one at Eswutang and all that, and even the next day there were some other commissionings too and all that. Excellency was actually having national TV on him and all that. It was a very busy one. So for 29 in the evening, we ended up with praise and worship, because if you understand very well, this state, His Excellency will always repeat himself by saying that the governor of Cross River State is Jesus Christ. And for real, you have seen that we are changing the whole narratives. Even in our roundabouts, you see that the 1111 will have the Bible there. Even if you don't know Bible and you are in a stop there, people now will just wake up and say, stop me for Bible roundabout. Stop me for Jesus roundabout. At least thank God we know there's a Jesus. Our foundation here, everything we do in life was about God. So we felt we should actually take it to CICC, and then where we got GOC, some of our Nigerian, most of our South gospel artists, and even 1 or 2 international ones, local ones, to actually come and let's sing praise, thank God for a wonderful 1 year that has looked like it's 4 years already, where a lot of the aesthetics of Calabar has changed. Cross River State, a lot of things investors are buying in, very, very lovely, good ideas, things coming into Cross River State. So we needed to thank God for that, and that was well done. And then it looked like we took a break, though not a break, because we had series of Zoom meetings, Zoom interviews and all that. And then for today, honorably, we're even going to take it to the 12th of June, but His Excellency advised that it should be on low key. I mean, Perseverance should actually stay back home, pray for the government of the day, pray that the speed we have carried, we have embarked on so far, we either double it for the next year, and then pray for good health too on the 12th, which is the public day. But for today, we had a very big one where everybody from the...
Sorry, Commissioner, I will short get there.
Okay.
But let's still dwell around the May 29th engagement. Now, let's look at some of those activities. One that also stood out was the palliative, the healthcare palliative at Nyarasang Health Center.
Yeah.
I'd like you to talk to us on that.
No, it was, for us, we needed to... we had palliatives, we had a lot of incentives when it comes to most of these sicknesses, the malarias and all that, where we actually were able to distribute and give some people that actually needed this free of charge. When we talk of palliatives, most times people look at it from the aspect of food and all that, but we know a lot of people are sick, people are down and out, and sometimes to even buy these drugs are issues. So we got to that, and it was well handled. It was okay.
Okay, for more in Nigeria, about 25 states celebrated the 1 year in office. Now, placing Cross River State side by side, how would you rate the states as regards a few other states that we noticed did not even have much to put out there in celebrating their first year in office?
No, I honestly, I must commend a lot of states, that actually had something to show. It was quite surprising to see that some states, even as Zamfara, came up with a very, an overhead bridge road, well done and all that. And then Ogun State also did very, very well. But when you look at the IGR, if you look at their foundation, what they always take home at the end of the month from, FAC and all that, many other things. You see that Cross River State was really outstanding. Coming from if you recall very well, we were battling courts for almost 7 months. It was very difficult for any foreign investor to come and actually say, I want to invest with Cross River. When, they would actually know that we're actually in court, not knowing the fate if we're going to be in or out. So we actually started this government, I'll tell you truly, by January, because our Supreme Court verdict came sometime in December. So we're just trying our best. Till then, we were pushing, we're doing a lot. Considering that we're about the second to the last in federal allocation, His Excellency had just come in to see that, okay, Cross River State is actually very big, putting like 2 or 3 Igbo states together to make Cross River State, where we look at our landmass, checking about 1.8 thousand aerial soil, fertile soil for us to, started with the mapping of soil, seeing where things will thrive and all that. So a lot has been done in Cross River State. So if you ask me, not being biased, I'll tell you Cross River State that had scored very high and they did very well if you want to compare them to other states. And I think knowing how it is now, with a lot of investors buying in, the second year we may double up and even be better than a lot of those states that are very viable and have a lot of finances even with them.
Okay, Honourable Commissioner, as a build up to the May 29th celebration, we saw His Excellency meeting with his ESCO somewhere, to unwind and also plan look ahead of the next year. How has the relationship been between commissioners and His Excellency in the last 1 year?
Honestly, fantastic. The truth about it is, as a commissioner I would always tell you that even if I am not a commissioner today anymore, I want to thank God that I was able to serve under this administration, because I know this administration is bringing very good things. I mean, considering aligning with its mantra, the people's first, we're actually touching people's lives. We get commendations everywhere. For me as Commissioner of Information, it's been just a go-go, a win-win for me. It's very, very difficult for me to come out and say things that are not true. I mean, His Excellency has actually done my work very small. You saw the parley, we mixed, you saw him trying to dance, rating who is the best dancer. I mean, he's like a father. I mean, he's just such a wonderful person. For all we say, we still ask and pray that even by the grace of God, after his second tenure, whoever is coming in should just be that, God-fearing person, because he adds the strictness. He's strict. And he tells you when he will handle you. And then at the same time, see the joke, we unwind, everybody was so free, you could meet him, he tells you, crack your joke. He was even trying to pair us with some of our female colleagues. It was he danced himself, the deputy danced throughout. I mean, it was just a family thing. And he advised us going forward, we should bring in even our spouses so that he will know them one-on-one and know where, if he sees them, where and how to assist them. That's the father really. We have had a very, very wonderful relationship with him. I wouldn't say much because a lot of things we talk, even we say in the ESCO are almost on AAB, a lot of private things, but honestly, he's a father. He's a wonderful father everybody wants to have. Honestly, sometimes I wonder how he's able to cope with, the discipline this way, and at the same time put so much jokes and plays for us to laugh and reassure us. He has given us so much assurance. He has so encouraged us, and we have so much belief. You understand? When your leader is giving you so much assurance, wait, don't worry, this will happen like this will happen like. I have seen them happening, even to you as family members. You understand? And of course, it's not as if you will ever go free. Definitely, they will be like, okay, have this transport for your family, stay like this, do like this, and all that. It's a very passionate. It's such a wonderful father. We have a very, very wonderful relationship with him, and that had crossed across even to the legislature and all that. He's a father like no any other father.
Okay, so our question, as the mouthpiece of the government. And this is a government that is running the people's first mantra. In the last 1 year, while we're celebrating on the 29th, which of the MDAs actually stood out for you in fulfilling the people's first mantra?
Honestly, I tell you the truth, all stood out. All stood out. But let's talk about the ones, the market women, the sellers, the groundnut buyers, and the orange sellers, is the roads, the street lights. Basic infrastructures, the way you see, works was something else. You understand? But let me make you understand that even the youth, in short, almost all commissioners, a lot of things on the pipeline. We have the fabrication academy, there are a lot of things we're trying to work. Of late, we have signed an agreement to put universities in tie with us to see that once you graduate, we'll be able to work together with you to see how we'll be able to make use of most of our fabrications and all that. So almost all our commissioners, is it the women affairs, is it the sports? We won medals, you understand, for the first time. We were able to try to bring back rovers. His Excellency was able to revive the old Olympian and all that. And for the first time, we were able to partake in the Delta Edo sports. And we came back with a lot of medals. Is it water resources, where I've never seen water for almost 12, 13 years or even more. And then today we're having water running in the pipes, though a small hole because some pipes were old and out, rusted and all that. So by the time they do the pumping, a lot of underground leakages and all that. And as I speak with you today, UBA is able to pay in so much, about some millions of euros, to take over without any commitment from the state. If you look at our last ESCO resolution, we're able to get that without anything from the state. What they only need, they'll be taking so far till further, is a profit. You understand? Is it about the power? You have the transformers. We got some few transformers in Akpabi, areas I have never seen, like the Akan, but some down areas in, is it the comments? Is it of the assets where we'll be able to reclaim most of our assets? You see that we're getting Tinapa back, bringing Tinapa to the Tinapa you think you know. Is it the dancer farms? Is it our oil palms? We're getting our assets back. So almost every is it the aviation sector, where by the grace of God in the pipeline we have about five planes coming. You understand? So everybody, local government, we're all at peace. Everybody's quiet. Everybody has done. At least I forget agriculture, which is like the main, where we already purchased. We're already in line purchasing 108 tractors for farmers. For us, it's not everybody that we talk about appointment. It's not everybody that will be accommodated with appointments. There are people that are farmers already, that will stay where they are and do very well where they are. We will be able to give them hectares of land and equipment for them to be able to thrive, so that we'll be able to have enough food sufficiency for ourselves and even export some out. Where education, where we pay the WAEC fee for about 16,000 persons, and we have done so much, and a lot of bringing sanitizing the whole system. Is it the public service, the civil service, where we already won the reform? That's why it looks like the civil service are not been able to appoint, because we had a lot of ghost workers, a lot of duplications of names and all that. We are overhauling the whole system. That's just the truth. In every aspect, we are doing very well.
Okay,
we are doing very, very well.
Absolutely. And one would just have to say,
even in security.
Yeah.
Yes, that's even in security. I tell you about one of the first 5 safest states to stay and do business. If you look at it, if you compare it very well, geographically we're closer to the China walls. By the grace of God, His Excellency was one of the first. He's about the first government in Nigeria that has secured this 3.5 billion bank deal, where other governors have not even reached there. So I mean, it's a plus for us. We have done, honestly, by the grace of God, we just need 2-3 of these to to just start begin. You see that across the state will change. Isn't it the tourism aspect? Everywhere we handled tourism in less than 6 months into power with the court issues and all that. See how it was. Everywhere, almost the whole world was here. So imagine the team is already out, we are waiting for, so imagine the bomb that's coming out by December. In almost every aspect, we have done very, very well. Our finances, everything, we have a very, very, very intelligent commissioner. The truth about it is this, and I tell you, incidentally, His Excellency would always tell us, he always told us he prayed before bringing everybody on board. He actually prayed before bringing on board. And for us, initially when we saw the list of commissioners and all that, we underrated some. But to my greatest surprise, we are very impressed with, if you come to, everybody is so smart, everybody is so sharp. You see the program I just handled. If you give it to Agri, you see what they did. You give it to environment, you see that we're even looking for debt to carry. You saw the World Environmental Day, what the commissioner did. So almost everybody was in. So because we have a principal that put us on our toe, we are 24 hours ready to work. We don't sleep. Just to ensure that the people would actually see what their mandate was used for. Exactly.
Absolutely. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, you have a very good background in terms of information gathering. Now, let's look at the people that we are serving. How have you been able to feel their pulse in the last 365 days that the administration celebrated? Honestly,
I will tell you the truth. They've been very, very excited. They've been happy with Prince. They've been praying for His Excellency. Their only problem is appointment. Everybody would praise, and like there's so much hunger in the land, they pray for appointment. But here we have a new administration. And by the grace of God, for everything, a man that is so thorough, that will not want to owe a dime, a man that wants to bring back gratuity, that was never paid since about 2014. You understand? A man that has so much to do to boost and bring back the economy. By the time the power is good, the roads are good, you can just start your business and you thrive. Because even if you're being appointed and you're earning a 200,000 naira a month, what would you do so much with it if you have to pay so much because of the bad road, or pay so much because of the light issue? You understand? So different administration, this administration that actually come to see that you work is a 8 to 4, 8 to 5 work. You have an office, you work, you dress up, you have the orientation to wake up very early in the morning, dress up and go and work. Gone are the days you just sit down maybe in Zamfara, Abuja, or Lagos, and the kind governor then you just say a lot. But here you just have to work. So a lot will go into appointment very soon. Yeah. And besides that, we're working we're working in tandem with the federal government. We're watching too. We have a lot of our elders that need to be accommodated. So we need to see if they can be accommodated in the federal before we now have space in the state to start giving more. Besides that, a lot of youths, a lot of people will be appointed into the civil service to earn pension and gratuity at the end of the day. A lot will be empowered with grants and hectares of land to go into agriculture. You see that even the cocoa guys in Ecom, Etung and all that are richer than a lot of us. You understand? So we can encourage you by giving you the proper fertilizer, the arable land, and give you what you want to thrive, and you're under government cover. So we are going to, Cross River State will just be one of those very best states you ever think of.
Just in one word, how would you rate the last 365 days of His Excellency?
We're almost talking about the same question. I would say more than 100%.
Absolutely.
Yes,
so that, I'm sure you call it splendid.
Yeah.
Now, on Friday, His Excellency had an emergency ESCO meeting. That was the first after his first year and the first to start his second year. And this statement came from him. Unprecedented development will be recorded in our second year, Governor Two assures. I'd like you to speak to this.
Yeah.
Give us an update of what actually transpired in that emergency ESCO meeting.
Yeah, the ESCO meeting itself, you understand, was like, there are a lot of things we ought to do as a state to move the state forward. And as transparent as thorough as His Excellency is, he wouldn't just stay in his coffers to take decisions. So he feels his ESCO members should actually come and vote and see that it's done. And we're able to take out the AWI. We approved the College of Education to a College of Education and Entrepreneurship now, to become a university where we are able to. That's even one of the reasons why one of the resolution there was for us to meet with our universities in our jurisdiction to see that they are able to take our youths for skill acquisition jobs and all that, and then we're able to see that AMCON were able to pay our indebtedness for the TINAPA for us to actually gain assets of that TINAPA. We had some other agro industrial for this this pact project. We're supposed to actually make a token. You understand, for the realization of counterpart funding, exactly, and all that. And a lot of money for water. You heard when I told you about the UBA deal for rehabilitation of the water board, totally in everything and all that. And that's one of the best deals we ever had. With many other we're actually perfecting. We're actually able to perfect the deal with Afreximbank Bank because the then administration has started and there were some promises, but now they are giving us this deal. But there are some things we need to do to perfect that. Okay, we are viable. We're sure of what we said. And for His Excellency, Prince Otu is a continued government. I hope you know that. Yes. So we're actually taking back what was promised before to repay, and then so that the deal can go on well for the people's sector and all that. Okay. So a lot of other.
Obviously, the second year, Cross River should start for one presidented development.
Yeah, and I was very excited with, just a real true father is in his mind, and he just said, I think we looked at everything in every aspect was done very well. But he said it himself that the only aspect he feels he has not done well is appointment. He said it himself, and he gave reasons why that is. You understand? So he knows. And for real, that is just the truth, because people would have expected that if 1,000 or 2,000 persons were appointed now, then he's one of the best persons they've ever. But some persons, if you like, they will not like he's doing road, he's doing this, where are the appointments? It's a different. We are trying to add value to appointments. We're trying to add value to appointment. If you recall, my former boss was so nice, kind. His own was a different human being. His own was, he could just give you to assist you. And at some point, they tackled food on the table. But here we have to, everybody has his own way. You understand? You must have that discipline of waking up in the morning, having your bath, dress up, go and sit down somewhere. The fact that you're even sitting down from 8 to 5 is discipline. I hope you know that it's discipline. Even if you're not doing anything, not staying very far, you just see one money. And then you understand, when we're having it so tough, one of the lowest, when it comes to FAC and all that, we have a lot of work to do, and you're just sitting. So we're not going to do that this time around. So he said that himself, that he's going to work on that. And the reason why that is, he told us. And we understood the reasons with him. And very soon, everything would be, pushed out there.
Okay, so another question, your task for the first anniversary also, expanded to the Democracy Day. And that's why I want us to quickly give us an update. How has it been? I'm aware we've had 2 engagements so far for Friday and Sunday. Just bring up with speak on the Democracy Day.
Well, Democracy Day for us will be directed to, having a low key. You understand? And, we just have to sit down, pray to our leaders, pray for the country, and then be very positive minded and ensure that, know that Nigeria and Cross River State will be great again. So we're actually going to be very low key, nothing too much to my understanding right now. At least earlier today we just finished the service, which was well attended by almost everybody, all the stakeholders, all the service commanders and all that in the state. So for us, it's going to be low key. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be low key.
Okay, so moving forward, let's get your message for Cross Riverians as regards the second missionary journey, political missionary journey of His Excellency the Governor.
Yeah, I want to assure the public that we are ready to take Cross River State back to its glory. We are ready to double our efforts from what we have done in the first 365 days. And I want to appeal to Cross Riverians to be very patient with us. You can see what we're doing. just be patient, be very positive in thinking, and I urge you to pray for our leaders, especially His Excellency Senator Bassey Dotun and his lovely wife, our First Lady. Let them have the understanding, wisdom, to be able to double up what they've done, where they've directed the 365 days. We're really going to have a very robust Cross River State, beautiful Cross River State, a better Cross River State. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much. We've been having a moment with the Honorable Commissioner for Information, Honorable Erasmus Ekpang, and he had to lay his mind on quite a lot of issues surrounding the May 29th celebration and the Democracy Day. This is where we'll take a pause, and shortly we'll bring in another guest that will take us through what is happening up north in Cross River State. Stay, Weekend Politics return shortly. Don't go away.